sports perspective like nowhere else. KXLX Airway Heights, Spokane. Weekdays at 3, Patchin and Lukens on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You ready for the big show?
Ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
ready for the partner?
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Broadcasting from the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio, it's time for Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Thanks for being with us. A little bit of a crazy week. We'll be here all week, but we got some short shows because of Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. I think the home run derby that will be played today will have a lot less interest in the Pacific Northwest than if Daniel Vogelbach would have been in it, but he's not.
May I point out?
Welcome to the show, Rick
Hey,
Lukens.
hello.
Welcome to the show, Steve the Wingman.
Hello.
May I point out? As I said before, I think the home run derby is less without Daniel Vogelbach. From my perspective, my certainly one-sided perspective. But the home run derby is sponsored by T-Mobile. It's the T-Mobile home run derby. You'd think they'd take the home run slugger with the mammoth distance and the huge launch angles who plays in the only T-Mobile Major League Baseball park. That's what you would think.
You don't. So what you're saying is T-Mobile had no juice to get one of their guys into this.
Not.
Really? That's interesting.
But that's it. I mean, they got the Acuna kid in, and I get why he's in there, but he's not as fun to watch hitting the baseball as hitting home runs as Daniel Vogelbach.
The problem is they need people to show up that are going to get people to tune in.
I know.
Just because of their name.
Once people get a load of Vogelbach on a bigger stage, and he'll have to hit a mammoth home run in his only at bat tomorrow night to do that, then he'll get invited into this thing.
Here's what if he hits 45 home runs this year,
sure, okay,
then he gets invited next year because it puts himself on the map.
And he's kind of on pace for 45.
Here's the thing: is if he goes to the home run derby or the All-Star game when he plays, people are going to watch the game and go, "No wonder the Mariners stink. All they got is a bunch of fat guys. This is their best guy." The home run derby coming up today at 5 o'clock. The All-Star game coming up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Pat is gracious enough to send us a home run derby buy or sell. Okay? We were not going to play buy or sell today.
Now we're going to do it.
We're going to do it because Pat, I feel bad.
And a baby, Pat.
Because I stole Pat's 4th of July barbecue buy or sell. I didn't steal his questions. We had the same idea on the same day. So we're gonna play your home run derby, Pat. So there you go.
All right, that's pretty cool. So I want to point this out because we haven't really talked about the weekend, which was extra long for us. I made it through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This might be the first time in my life I never saw or heard a single firework. Not one.
Well, you were kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I was out. I was out in near Pateros, kind of in the Met Howe Valley, and it's dry up there. Granted, and they don't, especially at Pateros, where a few years ago they had a fairly devastating fire.
Yeah, I think the people up there would probably run down and shoot you if you started fireworks.
Well, but still, I mean, that's the kind of place where communities put on fireworks shows or whatever. But because I was out on in a state park at a lake where there's a golf course, I never saw or heard a firework. Not one. I mean, the whole time leading up to it, Dennis. And then after, never saw a sparkler, never saw a skyrocket, never heard a firecracker, nothing. I'm pretty amazed by that and quite happy about it.
I'm stunned. Where was I on the 4th of July? We saw some, I heard some.
Yeah.
When we got home. Because we got home right before it got dark.
Yeah. Doesn't count watching the Mariner game when they had their fireworks show.
No. If you say I watched fireworks and those fireworks were on TV or online,
doesn't count.
That doesn't count. You could record this year's fireworks and play them for the next 50 years. I saw every fireworks show for the last 50 years. No.
The night they had the fireworks at T-Mobile, my daughter was at the game. She lives in Seattle now. She was at the game, and she's not a baseball fan. She's just not.
I was going to say when you said she's not a big baseball fan, I was going to say she's not.
She at the game where we went over on the bus, she joined us at the stadium, but that was because I was going to be there.
Right.
And she had a good time.
Uncle showed up, so it was like a family
my brother
reunion.
showed up. It was pretty fun. But so she went because the guy in her life wanted to go to a baseball game. And so she sent me a text early in the evening and goes, "How did I get here?" And then later she sent me a picture that said, "Baseball and fireworks, my personal nightmare."
Oh,
I thought as far as the fireworks go, she's a chip off the old block.
The only thing she was lacking was a parade that she could have watched. I don't like fireworks at a baseball game. If I go to a baseball game and there's fireworks, I love that game.
Because you get to leave and not have to play parking lot rodeo.
There's no traffic. I went to a game one time, actually a couple times, just shooting the game. Got post game. Grabbed the manager for a quick soundbite for the newscast. And walked out, and not a soul was leaving.
Yeah. A question from DJ Darren. Should fireworks still be banned in Spokane County? Yes. Thank you for asking, DJ Darren. I don't know. They're banned in the city.
It's banned in the city. I don't believe they're banned in the county.
Yeah. But they should be.
Yeah, they should be banned everywhere.
They should be. Thank you, Steve. They should be. I'm talking about
outside of licensed professionals.
Yes. Yep. You want to put on a fireworks show at the floating stage on the Spokane River? Have a ball, okay? Somebody who knows what they're doing is doing that. But the safe and sane crap, and it is to call it safe and sane is a pile of crap, okay? They should be banned everywhere.
I'm thinking we're all three on the same opinion on this show. That only licensed professionals should be the fireworks stand. And sorry if that's your fundraising arm of your little league or your Boy Scout troop.
Bake some cookies
or whatever. I having talked to more firemen that I can count, who just don't understand why they allow fireworks to be sold. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, 17 seconds worth of fun and a firework is not worth a lifetime of devastation that could cause, whether that's a house, a family, a forest, you name it. The stuff, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, because even if people are safe with it, bad things can happen. But let's face it, people are not safe with those things. When they buy the $200 family fun pack of fireworks, they are not safe with those things. More than 50% of the people are not safe with those things. Scott writes, I live in Colbert. I think that's Spokane County. That is Spokane County. And he says no fireworks. So maybe
I know that there are some places, because I drove through Riverside on the 3rd of July or on the 4th of July.
They had stands?
They had stands up.
Okay. Well, that could be you could be out of Spokane County at that point. I'm not sure.
Not at Riverside, you're not. Okay. You're still in Spokane County. And so I just I don't get it. Carolina Ken said they don't have the dry weather in the South. Fireworks shouldn't be banned there. No, fireworks should be banned everywhere, Ken.
No, they should.
It doesn't matter if we live in a freaking rainforest. There's no need for fireworks, okay? The city, you cannot do a show like the city of Spokane can do. You can't. And when did fireworks become the 4th of July celebration? Is it because of the song, The Rockets' Red Glare?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
No, I understand that. But you know, let's make it no. Now, if a city is gonna ban it, and then says, and we're not going to shoot off any fireworks? Now, I'm not talking about Colfax, or I'm not talking about, Deer Park. You can't afford. Spokane does a great job. It's as good a fireworks show as you're going to want to see, short of going to Boston or Washington, D.C. or some gigantic city. Keith said fireworks are banned in all of Spokane County except Airway Heights and Deer Park, I believe. There you go.
Okay. All right.
Chris said we're not safe. We're not smart enough people to be safe with fireworks. Leave it to the pros. Enjoy the show. Here's the thing is, every once in a while, the pros have a mistake.
Yeah.
These guys are paid professionals. That's their job. Every once in a while, they screw up.
Yeah, I think the St. Lucie Mets had a giant fire outside of the stadium. Might have been the third or I don't think it was the fourth, second, third, fourth, somewhere around there. Paid professionals doing this, outside a ballpark like everybody does. Started a giant fire.
Chris in the Valley says, "What? No, it was. I'm sorry, it was Ron says." What does banned mean? We're at a friend's and their neighbors were setting them off all night. Yeah, well, they were breaking the law.
$536 fine.
Audubon Eric says, what about all the unwatched firework videos in everyone's camera roll? True. I don't have fireworks, but I have unwatched videos in my camera roll, too.
Sure you do. If you're
never going to watch them again. I got to go through and kill them
exactly.
off. Yeah.
Delete those out. Evan says this is the time when the Mariners can't finally lose a game. You're right. They will not lose for the next 4 days. When we come back, here's what we're going to do. We are going to talk about the Mariners.
Yes.
Okay? And then we will not talk about the Mariners again until Friday's show.
Wow.
Unless something happens.
Yes.
Yeah. It is going to be a Mariner-free zone.
Yeah, it could be a trade or something.
Well, if there's breaking news, then we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah.
But just to talk about the Mariners, I think we all need a break from that team. I'm sorry. I think we all do. 16 games under 500, on pace to lose 94 if you round up. They gave up 5 runs in the first inning. We'll get it out of our system coming up next. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Make it a safe summer with news for a happy life on Good Morning Northwest and 4 News Now. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. Get important safety reminders all month long.
From extreme heat and air quality to wildfire danger and boating rules, trail hazards, and campground precautions.
Make each summer adventure a safe one.
Search #HappyLife on KXLY.com and watch Good Morning Northwest and 4 News Now all this month.
At Valley, VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley, we are turning the car buying experience upside down. With our no stress, no pressure, easy purchasing process designed to serve the customer's needs, not the dealership's. All-wheel drive SUVs, four-wheel drive pickups, diesel trucks, all priced with a clear edge on the competition. VIP service, VIP prices. Valley, VIP Auto Sales. That's Valley, VIPAutosales.com.
It's not always convenient to focus on your health. That's why Dr. Philip Fowler, founder of Anti-Aging Northwest, has tailored the patient experience to be simple and stress-free. Schedule your appointment online, and the physician of your choice will call or video chat with you at a time that works best for your schedule. At Anti-Aging Northwest, they're committed to improving your quality of life. Visit antiagingnorthwest.com to schedule your free consultation today and receive a $75 gift card. Anti-Aging Northwest, where the art of healing meets the science of medicine.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house.
The first half for the Mariners ended much like the season has, with a loss. I'm Dennis Patchin with the Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Oakland scored 5 times in the first. A's win at 7-4. Opener Matt Crescetti gave up 5 runs, 4 earned. In just a third of an inning, the Mariners never able to recover. Omar Narvaez had his best day in the majors, going 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a pair of home runs. Each of his hits drove in a run. The Mariners will take 4 days off for the All-Star break, return Friday, start a 3-game series in Los Angeles, with the Angels. Don't forget, you can hear the Home Run Derby tonight. Coverage starts at 5. Spokane Indians 7-0 winners over Tri-City last night. The Indians and the Dust Devils again tonight. First pitch at Avista Stadium at 6:30. United States caps its run with a title at the World Cup. Megan Rapinoe and Rose Lavelle scoring to give the women their 4th championship overall. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Hey, the month of July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, and that's kind of a big deal for the folks at Zero Res because when there's a whole month dedicated to what you do better than anybody else, that's a big deal. And Zero Res just, at this time of year, they're not throwing any parties or anything like that. Not that I know of anyway. I haven't been invited to any anyway. They just want to, help get the word out that if you want your carpet cleaned, why not get it cleaned by the people who do it best? And National Carpet Cleaning Month is always a good time to, if you hear that it is, that you'll think, when did I last have my carpet cleaned? Well, look at it. Does it need to be cleaned? Even if it doesn't look like it, if it's been more than a year since you've had your carpet cleaned, think about all the dust and the dirt and the allergens that have settled down in that carpet fiber. Zero Res can come in with their highly trained techs and their powered water cleaning system, which is patented, and clean without leaving any residues behind in your carpet. 0 dirt-attracting residues left behind. So that clean they give you is a much longer-lasting clean because it's a true and real clean with no residues left behind. It's not the secret. Keep saying that's the secret of the Zero Res success, but it's not a secret. They'll tell you, here it is right here. We've got this and nobody else has it. Give Zero Res a call and find out that, number one, they can do what they say they do, and that is clean your carpet better than anyone else. But number two, it's a great experience. It's a pleasurable experience to deal with the Zero Res people over the phone and the people who show up at your house to clean. Really, it is. Give them a call and find out for yourself. It's just $44 a room, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized during National Carpet Cleaning Month. Just tell them Rick Lukens told you to call when you call 92 Clean. Call 92 Clean or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Listening to Patchin and Lukens on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio.
This portion of the show brought to you by Bulldog Rooter.
I had Pat in San Diego's buy or sell, home run derby buy or sell. He's got some interesting questions.
Okay.
And then we're going to discuss it because he left some home run people off.
Oh, okay.
It was interesting, the people he selected. So, good questions, Pat. We'll do that a little bit later on. Steve with a text saying, on the Frostbrewed Coors Light text line, saying, besides the 73 Mariner fans, no one cares if Vogelbach is in the home run derby. He actually typed it home rum derby. If there was rum being served, I also would not care who was in it. So,
I don't want homemade rum. I really don't.
Who says it was homemade?
Home rum.
Home rum.
Home rum.
I have some rum at my house that's home rum that was not made.
That's store-bought rum at your house.
Okay. That's probably true. I think there's more than 73 Mariner fans, but I think that's true.
It's true. However, Vogelbach can put on a show, and so sometimes you don't know what to care about because you haven't seen it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying if Vogelbach makes the home run derby, it's my take that whoever you are, whether you've heard of him or not, you'd be in for a better treat.
But here's the problem is they know all of these guys, except Brett Boone, hit home runs in the derby. They need as many names
I get
get people to tune in. Because if there's a bunch of people they don't know, they're probably not going to tune in. Chris said the Mariners started 13-2. Since then, 26-5. It's like beer. It started out cold, then it got left out in the sun.
26-52. Yeah.
Jerry says, as the M's hit the halfway point, your take on the biggest pluses and the minuses. What do you expect to see in the second half? We're going to get into that a little bit. The Mariners limped into the All-Star break yesterday by giving up 5 runs in the first. The opener didn't work yesterday.
Again, let's just talk about that for a second. So, Omar Narvaez has a career day.
4 for 4, 4 RBI.
2 home runs.
2 home runs, and every hit drove in a run.
Yeah. I mean,
that doesn't happen when you hit 2 home runs and drive in 4.
4 RBI with 2 solo home runs.
Yeah.
All right, so he has a career day, and it's wasted because Matt Carasidi came in as the opener, and in the 1/3 of an inning that he pitched, he gave up 4 hits and 5 runs. The opener thing, okay, they're going to keep doing it. Ryan Divish told us last week they're going to keep doing it. All right, but this is going to keep happening. Not every time, but this is going to keep happening.
Here's why they're going to keep doing it, Rick. They're going to try because it seems that Tommy Malone and Wade LeBlanc are killing it when they have the opener. And they're just going to keep rolling guys into that spot until they can find a guy.
Until somebody pitches well. Until somebody can get 3 stinking outs. Are you kidding me? And who's to say Tommy Malone and who's to say Wade LeBlanc wouldn't have been good yesterday if Carasidi hadn't given up all those runs in the first inning? Who's to say?
Mariners are not letting those 2 pitchers pitch to anybody for a 3rd time. And
I know.
And if they are, they want it to be the 8 and 9 guy in the order, the 7, 8, 9 guy in the order. And that's what they're trying to stay away from. They're trying to give that 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 4 no more than 2 looks at a guy. And, Scott Service said yesterday afternoon in the postgame, Carasidi has been good except for yesterday when he wasn't. He may not be buying into this, Rick, but he's buying into it because somebody above him has told him to buy into this.
Right.
And he has a point that Malone and LeBlanc are better than they were. Well, Malone the last time he was in the majors and LeBlanc a year ago. Those guys have been better this year because of the opener. It's the opener that hasn't been great.
Right.
You should think a reliever should be able to get 3 outs.
Yes. If you can do it in the 7th or 8th inning, you can do it in the 1st inning.
Well, the problem is they haven't been able to do it in the 7th and 8th inning either. and the Mariners lost 2 more pitchers this week. Austin Adams was placed on the injured list with a shoulder strain. It may be a lat situation. And Dan Altavilla, they thought he was going to have Tommy John surgery, had a right forearm strain. They said no. The word was yesterday, it's not. He doesn't have to have Tommy John surgery, but he may be out for the year anyway.
He hadn't done anything this year anyway. I mean,
no. I'm just saying. The Mariners have now used 53 players already this season.
A record prior to the All-Star break.
No team had ever done that before. Not one in the history of the game. And I think they're also on pace to set a record for most pitchers used in a season. It's not been good. The pluses, somebody asked us the minuses. The bullpen has been a huge minus on this team. A huge minus. Between the guys getting hurt and the guys being ineffective, Scott Service really doesn't have a guy he can lean on a regular basis. There isn't one guy in that bullpen that's really been consistent the entire season.
It's true.
One of the things that Scott Service said after last night's game, he said, is you cannot question the work ethic of this team. He goes, the results may not be what we want, but their work ethic. These guys are working. They're grinding. They're trying.
I believe him, and he's in a better position to know that than us to actually look beyond statistics and see how hard people are trying the work they're putting in. If you want to look at statistics, look at errors at the beginning of the season versus errors now. They're doing better.
Yeah, they're still not. They're still costing their teams games more than they should. But honestly, Rick, I think that they're making improvements. Some of the younger guys are getting more comfortable. Moore made an error in the first inning in the outfield yesterday that was just awful.
I see a guy like Dylan Moore make an error. It doesn't bother me as much as if I see a guy like Malik Smith or Domingo Santana make an error. Because I'm not counting on Dylan Moore 2 years from now.
Right, but it affects the pitchers that they may be trying.
That's true.
To roll that out. Do you have any pluses with the Mariners? I think they found a bat in Daniel Vogelbach. I think they found a bat and a shortstop in J.P. Crawford.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two guys are numbers 1 and 2, maybe in the inverse order of what you just said. It's hard for me to say, but Crawford's that's a big deal. What he's doing is big. I think it's, I don't know if it's a plus. It's nice to see the Mariners getting offensive production from their catchers.
This is the best offensive production that they have gotten from a catcher or catchers since Dan Wilson was named an All-Star. Was it 2001, Steve? He was an All-Star, 2002. He was an All-Star once in his career and had pretty good. This is better production. Omar Narvaez has more home runs than any Mariner catcher at the All-Star break, and that includes Mike Zunino.
Yeah.
Who had 13, and Narvaez with his 2.
He had 14 now.
He's at 14 now.
Yeah.
2 yesterday, so now he's above that.
And I'm going to say that Domingo Santana is a plus this year with his power. And if they've found that, over in right field, he seems to be able to catch the ball.
He's better.
Chase it down.
I still wonder if Vogelbach isn't your first baseman. Yeah, but then you've got what do you do with Evan White? You're probably right. He's probably going to have to play the outfield.
Santana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you know what, Rick? You trade him. You trade him for some younger guys.
That's fine. I mean, the guy's, what's he at, 19, 20 home runs?
He'll be with the team at the start of next year
18, okay.
for sure. He will be there for sure. Absolutely for sure, because Evan White's not going to be there at the start of the season.
Next year?
Yeah.
Probably not. I think he'll be with them at the end of this season.
Well, he'll make a cup of coffee, but they're not going to bring him up until he's not arbitration eligible.
Right.
Or I mean, they can use him for another year. I mean, we're going to see guys in the next 2 years, unless they change the rules in the new collective bargaining agreement. We're going to see guys that in spring training we think should be with a major league roster because they're new guys. They had a great spring. They had a great track record. And the Mariners are going to say, we're not bringing them up until mid-May because we want to keep them for one more year.
I'm going to say this, too. As bad as this team is, Marco Gonzalez with 10 wins at the All-Star break that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know wins aren't as important.
He's on pace to win 16 games.
Yeah.
Wins aren't important.
They're not as important, but especially with this team.
Unless you talk to Scott Service, and he says, and he said it multiple times over the last couple of weeks, wins are important to starting pitchers.
Uh-huh.
That stat matters to those guys. It doesn't seem to matter who gets the win in our baseball world now, in the world of analytics. If you're a starter, you want the win. That's like if you're a starter, you don't want to come out of the game. We've seen it multiple times this year on multiple teams.
Well, we see it certainly from Marco Gonzalez, who never wants to want to come out of the game. But the thing is he's still developing. And I think he's going to be a better pitcher from right who he is right now to the end of this season. I think he's going to end up being a better pitcher. He's going to start next season as a better pitcher. I think this is a young guy with a good amount of value. And yes, he may not be a number one, probably isn't, but he's got a good amount of value to them, whether he remains a Mariner or not.
I would think that somebody. you're going to have to be bowled over by the offer because there isn't anybody right now in the Mariner organization that can step in and take his place next year.
No.
If you don't think Marco Gonzalez is going to be part of your team, you probably still need to hang on to him at least until midseason next year, because you can't afford to be taking another step back in an area that seems to be thin. You can go out and get bullpen guys. Okay, you can actually get bullpen guys if you pay real money, unlike what the Mariners are doing and picking them up off the street. You can't get those starters.
Literally.
Yes. You can't get those guys in the starting rotation. It just doesn't happen. All right, you've heard our thoughts, pluses and minuses for the Mariner team. When we come back, we'll let you chime in on the text line at 315-7833. 315-7833. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
This is the year to invest in your home with a new roof from Kodiak Roofing. A new roof could improve energy efficiency, improve the curb appeal, and improve the value of your home. So if your roof has seen better days, it's time to call locally owned Kodiak Roofing. Licensed, bonded, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Call Kodiak Roofing for a free estimate today. 487-9910 or go to KodiakRoofingCompany.com. Kodiak Roofing.
It's time to make some memories at Avondale Golf Course in Hayden Lake. Avondale's top-notch junior golf program is a great way for younger golfers to enjoy the summer. The course is beautiful, the staff is friendly, and the pro shop is fully stocked with everything you need to up your game. While you're there, ask about the current club membership specials and check out the new Avondale Bar and Grill menu. Book your tee time today. Visit AvondaleGolfCourse.com for more details.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebuilt. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
Residential Home Solutions Summer 3 Ways to Save has begun. Invest in our new windows and receive rebates and cash back. Need new siding? Save 20% off our regular price on installed James Hardie Color Plus and eliminate painting your home. Right now, you can also receive special pricing with 50% off our installation on a new Provia entry door system made by Amish craftsmen. Call 892-6460 or go to residentialhs.com today to set up a free estimate. Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements. Custom fit for life.
Red Lion Pub and Barbecue is home of the finest barbecue in town. They have wine broiled and barbecued specials served every day, so there's no reason not to stop by and see them. There's always great sports viewing and happy hour price drinks to go along with it. Plus, patio dining all summer long. Lunch and dinner start at 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The Red Lion Pub and Barbecue on the corner of Division in Maine. You'll never go away hungry or unsatisfied.
Kalen Excavating has been replacing sewers in Spokane and surrounding areas for over 25 years, remaining the most trusted company for a guaranteed lowest price. Kalen takes on the trenchless approach and leaves you feeling worry-free and rest assured that the job was done efficiently and done without tearing up your lawn. In most cases, they're in and out in one day, with a 50-year warranty available to be sure that you're a customer for life. Kalen Excavation, licensed, bonded, and insured. Call 466-9166 or go to KalenExcavation.com.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them, but do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6904. 800-485-6904. 800-485-6904. Call right now. That's 800-485-6904.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house. Tweet away, Twits, on Twitter at 700ESPN. Patchin and Lukens do.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studios. Don't forget, buy or sell coming up later today. Pat from San Diego, one of our great listeners who listens to us from a long way away, came up with a home run derby buy or sell. We weren't going to do buy or sell because of the shortened show, but Pat sent it in, so we'll do that coming up here very shortly. The text line is open, 315-7833. Thoughts on the Mariners? Because this is it, gentlemen. We're not talking about the Mariners until Friday before they start playing again. So get your shots in, get your comments in, because we're going to be a Mariner-free zone from 4 o'clock until Friday, unless something crazy big happens. DJ Darren, did you guys check out the special? You know what? Let's talk about that later, because I have that on my list. Did you watch that on the MLB Network?
No.
The 1 hour 95 Mariners? Oh, you got to go see it, Rick.
Oh, it's a special.
It's a 1 hour. They talk to Junior and Buhner and Edgar and Joey Cora and Randy Johnson and Doug Strange and Tino Martinez.
All right.
It was unbelievable. Okay. We'll get back to you on that, Darren. Wade says it was a good game Saturday night. Good pitching after the first inning. Vogelbaum hit one out. It was fun to see them win. Wade must have been at the game.
He said the Hit It Here Cafe was a blast.
Oh, there you go. Glad you enjoyed it. Chris said the good news is there's only 3 years left on the Pittsburgh 21-year plan. The bad news is it's way too much to put in a text. I hate the concept of the opener. Here's what I will tell you, Chris, is I firmly believe that the Seattle Mariners, when they get to a point with this ownership group, will spend the correct amount of money to make this team a winner. I don't believe the Pittsburgh Pirates have ever done that to keep their players or to go get players. I, Rick, believe that the Mariners, when we get to a point, are going to go out and get guys.
Yeah.
Either via the trade route where they take on a contract, like Houston did with Justin Verlander, or they're just going to go flat out and go out and get the right guy.
Yeah, and you know what they need to wait on is for guys to play themselves into the lineup and play themselves into being above average ball players. They need J.P. Crawford. They need Daniel Vogelbach. They need for who else in the minor?
They need Malik Smith to play well.
Yeah, they do. They need for Evan White to get up as soon as possible by the middle of next season and be playing very competently for them at the start and turn into a really good everyday ball player. They need for all that to happen and maybe a spot or two more, and then they'll open up the checkbook.
Evan says, do you think Edwin Diaz would have been better with the Mariners than he's doing with the Mets? Can he be any worse?
Yeah, he was just so good to start the season. I think he was 11 for 11 or 12 for 12 on save opportunities to start the season. And the whole team's just gone in the tank, and that includes Diaz.
To me, Rick, I'm from the Billy Beane school of relievers. Buy low, sell high. The number of relievers, great relievers that have been successful for a long period of time, you can count on two hands. Okay, Mariano Rivera, those guys come along once in a generation for a team.
Mm-hmm. Here's the other thing about Diaz is, you remember when he was a Mariner for, I think last season was his third season as a Mariner, was it not? And he came up as I believe a teenager or a 20-year-old, and he just had this ungodly speed, and you go, wow, what potential! And then he just went into these times when he couldn't get the ball over the plate. He was just all over the place. And remember, Robinson Cano would come out and talk to him. Service would come out and talk to him. And they had, I think Cano was really the Diaz whisperer, but they finally got his head in a right place after sending him down to Tacoma and everything. They got his head into a right place, and maybe they knew how to deal with that whole weird thing he had going on between the ears. And maybe the Mets haven't figured it out yet.
I will tell you though, Rick, is
the Cano is there.
The pressure in New York is different than the pressure in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe Edwin Diaz isn't a guy who thrives under that kind of microscope, that kind of pressure. But he's been bad, and that team is chaotic right now. That team is a train wreck.
The other thing is there's a, and this has to make a difference. That in New York, there's a huge Puerto Rican community that follows him, and I mean was on the verge of becoming a national hero for the Puerto Ricans, and maybe that makes a difference. That they're every night just calling his name.
The worse he is, the more and more it looks like Jerry DiPoto made one of the great trades in Mariner history. Now we have to wait until Kelnick comes up
and done,
but certainly getting rid of Cano's contract and giving up a reliever who, if he was on the Mariners, he would be untradeable right now. Phil the RN. Steve, is Phil an RN? Is that why he's Phil RN?
I mean, that's how he's signed. That's how he signs it.
Okay,
so
Phil?
we have to ask him.
Says I have played a ton of baseball. I'm always open to considering the unconventional. If I were running things, I would never let a batter face the same pitcher in a game. By committee every game and don't announce who will pitch. Well, the problem is you don't have
using
enough,
too many pitchers.
You don't have enough you don't have enough batters.
Was he talking about? He's talking about putting different batters in it against a pitcher.
Well,
or not allowing a pitcher to face a batter more than once.
It says a batter face the same pitcher in a game.
He kind of got it. Well, yeah, we were looking at it from two different directions.
So if that's the case, then you have to have a staff that can throw 3 innings every third day. Or every
Phil,
fourth day.
go draw some blood. We don't need to talk about this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If I were king for a day, we'd use orange baseballs. Like, okay, thanks, Phil. Sorry, let's.
AJ said, how about a review of our preseason win predictions for the Mariners? How about we give you that later in the week? Maybe on Friday. I'll have to figure out what percentage of the games we played and then divide that into the number of wins and see who's on pace to be correct.
That's a lot of math. I don't know about that one either.
Dude, I can do that in a heartbeat. Don't worry about it,
No,
Steve.
you don't
I'll
have to
take care of it.
compile the. Are you just talking about like the Dennis, Rick, and Steve the Wingman?
No. What I'm going to do is I've got all of those. All those are saved. I haven't deleted any of them. If you text the show, I have those. And I'll just go through and look at the number. We only had like a couple of hundred. That's not that hard.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
As long as he's got the algorithm figured out.
I'm not gonna give everybody's number. I'm not gonna AJ, you're 7 off of your pace.
Right.
Bob, you're 13 off of your pace. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in and figure out who picked them to be on pace to win. I think it's 66 and 94 if you round up the wins right now. So whatever the percentage of games is divided by 66, let's just say that's 43 for the first half, or excuse me, what's the rate? They're 39 wins. So let's say 64 is their total. Then I'll go in and see you at 64. Steve got it right. Joe got it right. Bob got it right.
Okay.
Oh, we missed Seahawk Donnie. I know he didn't send one in. Maybe he did. Seahawk Donnie is over by 1. DJ Darren is under by 1. We'll give the people that are right around on pace maybe 10 or 15. We're not going to read all 200s. Steve, this will take me less than 15 minutes to figure it out.
Okay.
And for you know us on this show, Steve. For our viewers, our listeners, we'll do anything within reason. DJ Darren says, "Okay, last text for the Mariners this week. Should have the rebuild have taken a step back or a teardown happened sooner? And if it did happen sooner, would we be competitive? I don't think they could tear this down sooner, Rick, because of the contracts that they had people signed to.
Yeah, and come on. I mean, the last 2 years, not this year, but the 2 previous years to this, they were battling. And I mean, if Cano doesn't get suspended last year, I think they're battling down to the final few days. So, I mean, they had a team that could have gotten to the postseason the 2 years previous to this.
I agree.
So I say no, they shouldn't have started earlier.
Last year they were really good, and last year at this time, let's see, July 8th, it was like their high water mark was July 6th. So we were sitting here at this point last year, 24 games over 500 or something, in fantastic shape without Robinson Cano. It's like, man, we're in great shape. So there is just no way that the teardown should have started any sooner. Because at that point, you're still hoping you can get something out of Felix. You're still hoping that Kyle Seager will be better. You have Nelson Cruz. You want him to be good, and he was. You've got Cano signed long-term. Just all these different things that, I understand why they did it when they did it.
It seems to me that I mean, right now I could look at this teardown and say it started at exactly the right time.
I agree. Now, here's the interesting thing. What would have happened if this team would have made it to the playoffs last year? Let's say they got into the wild card game. They lost the one-game wild card playoff game.
Right.
Could Jerry DiPoto have actually at that point in time tore this team down this year?
Miami Marlins did it after they won the World Series.
Yeah. Yeah. Could I don't think he could have done it. And the longer you hold on to Robinson Cano, the harder it is to get rid of him. I think you guys are right. I think it's the perfect time. And maybe they got lucky, but if this turns out to be what the Houston Astros is 10 years from now and we're looking back on it, maybe the Mariners will say maybe the Mariners were lucky they didn't make the playoffs in 2018. Because he may not have been able to do that.
Right.
Mike J with a text saying, "Go Astros, go pound sand, Mike." We don't need people like you today, Mike. It's the All-Star break. Give us a break. We know your team's in first place. We know your team's good. Knock it off. All right, when we come back, word of the day, it's worth 50,000 bonus points. We'll tell you about that. We'll tell you who the latest winner is on Patchin and Lukens, the weekly qualifier for the golf tournament, and how you can get involved in the Patchin and Lukens golf tournament. The Circling Raven Golf Club will do all that when we come back. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. We have a few showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the mountain areas, this afternoon and this evening. Those will be coming to an end soon with partly cloudy skies overnight and a low of 55. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny with a high of 81, 78 on Wednesday.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y, online at wendell.com.
When you have severe back pain, nothing goes right. The pain shoots right through your body and sucks the enjoyment of life right out of you. It can even affect your daily work. There's a non-surgical method to relieve that pain to bring back your active lifestyle. It includes aquatic physical therapy from Washington Outpatient Rehab, now offering the exclusive techniques of the Bodrigaz and Holowick methods. There's only one therapist certified in these methods in the United States, and she's right here in Spokane, Julianne Alford. Here's what patients have to say.
My name is Roger Junkermeyer. I'm president of Cerium Networks here, headquartered in Spokane. I was out for an evening water skiing and I had an unfortunate accident at Washington Outpatient Rehabilitation. My primary engagement was in the pool, and I did that by design. It had a great impact on my core strength as well.
Learn more about aquatic physical therapy from Washington Outpatient Rehab at WORaquatics.com. Now accepting most major insurance coverage, including Medicare. Call 242-6002.
The ticket window is now open.
Use your truck for work? Your time is money, and you work hard for both. That's why at Titan Truck, we do what we do. With more toolboxes, lift gates, work lights, service bodies, and flatbeds than anywhere around. We make your truck work better for you. Service vans? Well, bless your heart. Titan outfits all makes and models, helping you get more done. See for yourself at TitanTruck.com or stop by at 605 North Fancher Road. Titan Truck. Get more done and have more fun. It's summertime, and people are pulling boats and trailers to their favorite getaway. Titan Truck's inventory of Kurt hitches and accessories is the largest around, helping boat and trailer owners have more fun. Oh, and we've got the largest Truxedo X15 and Low Pro inventory in the Northwest. You could say we have your truck bed needs covered. Titan Truck. Get more done. Have more fun.
As a small business owner, when was the last time you considered switching internet providers?
I don't even remember. Running a business keeps me pretty busy.
Let's compare your current provider to Comcast Business. Are you getting fast, reliable internet?
Sometimes.
How about a full suite of innovative services like separate Wi-Fi networks, 4G wireless backup, and advanced voice solutions?
I highly doubt it.
Sounds like your provider doesn't compete. Make the switch to the nation's largest gig speed network now and get an amazing deal. Right now, get fast 25 megabit internet and one voice mobility line for $59.90 per month. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 7/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. Did you know that July is National Hot Dog Month? Whether you like mustard, ketchup, or relish on top, grab a dog and get a free car insurance quote to see how much you could save. Your Geico local office on Division could save you 15% or more.
The first half of the baseball season ends with a whimper for the Seattle Mariners. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Oakland scored 5 times in the first, never looked back, 7-4 winners over Seattle. Homer Narvaez went 4 for 4 with a pair of homers, drove in all 4 runs, but the Mariners got nothing from the rest of the offense. Hams finished the first half of the season 16 games under 500. Will take 4 days off for the All-Star break. Don't forget you can hear the Home Run Derby starting at 5 o'clock right here. David Garcia had 3 hits. Spokane Indians shut out Tri-City last night, 7-0. Second shutout for the Indians in the last 3 games. Spokane and Tri-City again tonight at Avista Stadium at 6:30. The United States women win the World Cup 2-0 over the Netherlands. It's the 4th title for the U.S. They will be honored with a ticker tape parade in New York City on Wednesday. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
You can contact the show on the Frost Brewed Coors Light text line, 509-315-7833.
Home Run Derby starts tonight at 5 o'clock right here on 700 ESPN 105.3 FM. The winner gets $1 million. That's why you're seeing guys who would not normally be in the Home Run Derby get into the Home Run Derby. The word of the day today, it's worth 50,000 bonus points. You go to 700ESPN.com, type in the word of the day, and the word of the day today is Derby. Derby is the word of the day, like in home run, like in Kentucky, and like in hat. I don't think anybody wears a Derby hat anymore, do they?
Somebody does somewhere, but no.
I'm just trying to think of. Can't think of anybody.
Maybe Dave Sims every once in a while.
No. Sure, Dave Sims probably does.
I don't believe Dave wears.
He's kind of a dandy.
I don't believe he wears a Derby. He wears more of the English.
He likes the fedora.
Or the English.
The driving cap.
Driving cap, yeah. No. If you could rock the Derby, wear it, right?
The last person I saw wearing a Derby as a fashion statement would have been like Michael Irvin, back in when he was still a Dallas Cowboy. Remember, he had the mink coat and what could easily be described as a Derby.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting. All right, word of the day is 50,000 bonus points is Derby. We're not talking about hats today. We're talking about the Home Run Derby. go to the Field Pass, 700ESPN.com, and sign up for the Field Pass. Most of you are. There's a few who aren't, but do that, and get your bonus points. 250,000 bonus points can be had if you enter the word of the day each week. Pretty cool. All right. We have another qualifier for our Patchin and Lukens golf tournament, and that is Kelly McGillis. Kelly McGillis is our latest winner. He listens to us on the north side of Spokane. Thank you, Kelly, for listening. We appreciate that. He and a partner, because he gets to pick his partner, he brings them along for the tournament, will be one of 17 groups playing in our tournament, 2-man, 2-woman, 2-person groups that will play in the Patchin and Lukens golf tournament, Circling Raven Golf Club, and it will also be a 2-man scramble. Most of you, I'm guessing, have never played in a 2-man scramble, because I've not played in a 2-man scramble. Rick, have you played in a 2-man scramble?
Never before.
And maybe you played in a 2-man when 2 of your teammates didn't show up. But we've got a 2-man scramble for you on September 30th. So we have entered another group. There is a new question that is up on the Field Pass at 700ESPN.com. And that question was put up this morning at 10 o'clock today. If you answer the question either right or wrong, you get 10,000 bonus points. You have multiple choice questions. All right? And we told you that the scorecard is your friend at the Circling Raven Golf Club website. So if you don't know the answer, you can find it. Like today, our question today is, actually, I should tell you how many people entered last week. We had 145 entries, had 132 correct answers. The question was, when we play the Patchin and Lukens golf tournament on September 20th, what time does the pro shop close at Circling Raven? The correct answer is 7 o'clock. It's right. It was right in on the pro shop information. Right. That was an easy question. Like this week's question, from the blue tees, how long is the par 4 ninth hole? From the blue tees, you have 4 choices to choose from. One of those is correct. 3 of those are incorrect. If you
that's a tough hole. I'm just going to say that's a tough hole.
It's not an easy.
No.
It's not an easy one. If you have if you don't know the answer, go to the scorecard.
There's no way you're going to know the answer, so you're going to need to go to the scorecard.
Not unless you played it this year and you saved your scorecard.
Well, then you have the scorecard.
How close are the numbers? What are the numbers?
451, 437, 415, 397.
All right, I know what my guess is, and I think I'm right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't be like Rick, because he gets to play
There's
matter
no reason
how many.
you have to guess.
Yeah,
just
no matter
go find it.
Yeah, no matter how many answers he gets wrong, he's still playing. You, if you get this wrong, it might be the week we would have drawn your name. So go to the Circling Raven Golf Club website,
which is cdacasino.com.
Yep.
And then you click on the golf tab, and then you go down to the scorecard, and you click on it, and boom, it's right there. It's a piece of cake.
That's about how long it will take you. Just what Steve said. Then go and answer the question. Again, if you don't care about playing in the golf tournament, you're just in it for the 10,000 bonus points, then just go pick one. It doesn't matter. But if you want to play, get the right answer. Go to the scorecard. All right. We put up a new question once a week. If you answer this week's question and it's correct, you will be in the drawing for this week's group to play. If you don't answer it correct, you get 10,000 bonus points anyway. But again, we take all the entries out after the end of the week. So each week you have to re-enter. It's not like you can enter once, get a correct answer, and you get to stay in there. Nope, you got to keep going back and answering this week's question. A new question every Monday at 700ESPN.com on the Field Pass. Just a reminder for the winner of the golf tournament, the person whose name is drawn and their partner will receive another round of golf at the Circling Raven Golf Course. Each will receive a night's hotel stay at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, and we will give you the coveted Patchin and Lukens trophy. So there you go. That's what's at stake. So get to the field pass today. Enter the word of the day, Derby. Get your 50,000 bonus points. Answer the question on the Circling Raven Golf Club Patchin and Lukens Golf Tournament. Get 10,000 more bonus points, even if you're wrong on that one. And if you're right, you could be playing golf with us on September 20th. All right. It's a home run derby. Buy or sell. We'll do it next. It's brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
The last place you want to have truck problems this summer is in the mountains. Get your four-wheel drive truck or SUV ready for backcountry conditions. Call 326-2500. Ulrich Service Center. Complete care for your car or truck.
Out of my way! The Great Spokane Road Rally, benefiting Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels, is on the road July 13th. The third annual road rally, presented by our friends at Banner Bank, is a full day of cruising, fun challenges, and tasty barbecue, all while supporting seniors in our community. In 2018, Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels delivered over 270,000 meals to seniors and disabled adults in their homes and at 12 senior dining locations across all 1,800 square miles of Spokane County. The Great Spokane Road Rally is Saturday, July 13th, 2019, and features a full day of fun, a silent auction, and barbecue. Commit to cruise today and support the seniors of Greater Spokane County Meals on Wheels. Make a difference in the lives of the vulnerable seniors and disabled adults right here in our own community with this fun-filled event. That's July 13th for the Great Spokane Road Rally. Get more info at SpokaneRoadRally.com.
700 ESPN. Life without VIP.
Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP. Tickets! You choose the 700 ESPN Field Pass, your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
Residential Home Solutions Summer 3 Ways to Save has begun. Invest in our new windows and receive rebates and cash back. Need new siding? Save 20% off our regular price on installed James Hardie Color Plus and eliminate painting your home. Right now, you can also receive special pricing with 50% off our installation on a new Provia entry door system made by Amish craftsmen. Call 892-6460 or go to residentialhs.com today to set up a free estimate. Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements. Custom fit for life.
It's not always convenient to focus on your health. That's why Dr. Philip Fowler, founder of Anti-Aging Northwest, has tailored the patient experience to be simple and stress-free. Schedule your appointment online, and the physician of your choice will call or video chat with you at a time that works best for your schedule. At Anti-Aging Northwest, they're committed to improving your quality of life. Visit antiagingnorthwest.com to schedule your free consultation today and receive a $75 gift card. Anti-Aging Northwest, where the art of healing meets the science of medicine.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebuilt. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
KXLXOA Heights, Spokane. The most sports coverage anywhere.
Kind of, but not.
Patchin and Lukens, weekdays at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. Buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens. Sponsored by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio. Buy or sell time. Home Run Derby edition sent to us by one of our listeners, Pat, who listens to us in San Diego. 5 questions about the Home Run Derby. And this is matchups, Rick. Who would you rather see?
Okay.
2 guys matched up against each other for your selection on who would you like to see. Steve says we're good on callers. Again,
that's a correct statement.
Brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. Okay, these are Pat's questions. He came up with them, and we decided to use them today after he and I had the same idea on Friday to do a buy or sell on 4th of July barbecue, and hopefully you were able to barbecue over the weekend. And I did. I had pork shoulder, roasted pulled pork on Thursday. My son's wedding was catered by the Red Lion Barbecue, our good pal George Talati.
Ribs and chicken, baby.
Chicken and tri-tip.
Ooh.
And then we had hamburgers and hot dogs on Saturday.
Yeah, I had smoked ribs and smoked pork loins on Saturday, all out of the same smoker. Pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. All right, so buy or sell, Rick Lukens. This is Pat's Home Run Derby edition. Buy or sell Mike Schmidt over Barry Bonds.
Oh, I see what we're doing here. Okay.
Two guys who have hit a lot of home runs in their career.
So who would what's the question?
Mike Schmidt over Barry Bonds.
To see in a home run derby?
Yeah, so if you buy Mike Schmidt or you sell or you're selling for Barry Bonds.
I mean, for many reasons, including the obvious one, I will pick Mike Schmidt.
Okay.
But I also like the old school aspect of Mike Schmidt.
Okay.
That guy had some power, man, and he was yoked, but he was a little guy. But he could send that ball.
Okay. Buy or sell Mickey Mantle over Lou Gehrig.
Ooh. I'm gonna both lefties, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Mantle's a
switch hitter.
Oh, Mantle's a switch. Yes, he was, wasn't he? Wow, that's tough. I'm gonna sell. I like Lou. I like that sweet lefty swing.
Okay. Buy or sell Darryl Strawberry over Jim Rice.
Oh, I'm buying that. When Straw hit one, I mean, you knew from the point of contact. There was just no question about it. And that was another sweet swing. Yeah, I'm buying that one. Yeah.
Okay. Ken Griffey Jr. over Babe Ruth.
Oh, you're going to make it tough on me.
Hey, these are Pat's questions.
Yeah.
If you're mad, be mad at Pat.
Two more great left-handed swings. I sell.
You want Ruth?
I want to see the Babe.
Okay, all right. And the final one is Mike Trout over anybody in the 2019 Home Run Derby class. So that is all 8 guys. You can pick any of the 8 guys that are in the Home Run Derby.
No, I take Mike Trout.
Okay.
But normally you know what my chant is on him, but not in this case. I'm taking
this time it's go Mike Trout.
Yeah, this
right?
time it's heck yes, Mike Trout.
Okay. All right. Those are the questions. No Hank Aaron, no Willie Mays, no A-Rod in this Home Run Derby question. Steve the Wingman.
I'm Steve the Wingman.
Mike Schmidt over Barry Bonds.
I'll go Michael Jack Schmidt for sure. Much rather watch a guy that legitimately hit home runs than a guy who's a big fat liar and a cheater.
Mickey Mantle over Lou Gehrig.
Love both of those guys. The Mick in his prime, man. I mean, he could hit a ball 500 feet. But I think I'm going to go Iron Horse on this one just because I love the idea of getting to see Lou Gehrig play. So I'm going to go with Lou Gehrig.
Darryl Strawberry over Jim Rice.
I don't really have anything against Jim Rice, but I remember Darryl Strawberry was a member of that 86 Mets team, and that was like the first baseball game that I remember watching was Game 6 of the 86 World Series. I distinctly remember that. I distinctly remember Strawberry, whether it was in that World Series or like the next year, he wore like these patent blue, bright shoes, said this great swing. So I'm gonna go the Straw Man, Darryl Strawberry.
All right. Ken Griffey Jr. over Babe Ruth.
Listen, I've seen Ken Griffey Jr. win 3 home run derbies, so I'm gonna go with the Babe.
Okay.
I want to see Babe Ruth.
Okay. Mike Trout over anybody in the 19 home run derby class.
Yeah, and that's pretty easily Mike Trout. Pete Alonso could be something. Josh Bell could be something. Alex Bregman's garbage. Jock Peterson,
Alex
that guy's
Bregman
he's
shouldn't have
garbage.
been the MVP. That's just stupid.
Chapman getting in over Yelich, or instead of Yelich, that's a joke.
Well, Yelich pulled out, didn't he?
Yeah, I got nothing against young Guerrero, but
pay your dues, man.
Yeah,
half a season.
Take Mr. Trout over that guy, Carlos Santana. I love his music, but he's a garbage hitter. And then the guy whose name I don't want to say from Atlanta, Acuna.
Yeah, the young phenom.
It's Acuna or Acuna?
Acuna Matata. Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Much rather see Mike Trout.
All right, boys. You guys are so stuck in rules. I want guys juiced up in the home run derby contest because they're going to hit it farther.
You want to see launch angles?
Yeah,
Barry Bonds launch angle.
I'm Barry Bonds. Okay. I want to see guys hit 25. And Bonds is going to hit you a ton. I'm sorry. Here's the thing is, Mickey Mantle, I am of the personal belief that Mickey Mantle was overrated. He's a great player, but he's overrated, right? I've never seen Lou Gehrig swing live and in person. I've only seen him on tape.
Yeah.
Or it actually wasn't even tape, it was film. Okay. Yeah. I want a night with Lou Gehrig.
Yeah.
That's easy to me. Now, if you're 20-something, then you got a problem here because you haven't seen any one of those guys. I did see Mickey Mantle. He was towards the end of his career, but man alive, I got to see Lou Gehrig. Darryl Strawberry and Jim Rice. Pat, what are you thinking? You're going to ask a home run derby contest, and you're going to have those or two of your 10 guys in it? No A-Rod, no Aaron, no Mays? What the hell, Pat?
Strawberry might have been fun, though. Man,
for no other reason.
Just wicked.
Jim Rice, no,
not Jim.
Neither Strawberry either. I'm picking one. I'll take Strawberry. Sorry, Ken Griffey Jr. has won it, but I want to see Babe Ruth. Even as much as I want to see Lou Gehrig, I want to see Babe Ruth. You could have given me Babe Ruth over anybody else in the history of the game. I would have taken Babe Ruth in a home run derby.
Those are two left-handed swings, but two completely different left-handed swings.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't care if their swing is the worst-looking thing. Ruth hit over 700 home runs. He hit as many home runs a couple of years as certain teams did. I need to see that guy. And I'm taking the home run derby class because Mike Trout, I don't think, is a home run derby guy. Yeah, I'll take Josh Bell. I'll take Acuna. I'll take Pete Alonso. I'll take a half a dozen of those guys. No Mike Trout for me. Now, if I'm going to go watch a game, yeah, I'd rather see Mike Trout than almost anybody in a game. But a home run derby, nope. All right, Steve, to the phone lines we go to play buy or sell.
All right, you may not think that this would be his cup of tea, but he was a big fan of Ned Williamson, the guy who used to lead baseball in home runs. That's how long this guy's been following the game. It's Seahawk Donnie.
Who?
Ned
Williamson, come on!
Okay.
He used to be the single-season leader until Babe Ruth came around.
I like these baseball players, so I'm glad I called, man.
I'm glad you did,
Ned Williamson got a bad case of the shingles senior year.
Did everybody have a good Independence Day?
Yes, we did. Donnie as well?
Yeah, I did okay. I was out there watching people shoot off fireworks, breaking the law. And I heard this one guy yelling at his neighbor because of a block behind me, and he said, "You're breaking the law. I'm going to call the cops on you." And the guy said, "Go right ahead, and I'll beat your blank blood."
We're not gonna condone that.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, Independence Day.
Come on, guys, shoot those off.
Independence Day. The guy's nickname was Home Run Baker. Remember Home Run Baker? I mean, nobody saw him play. We're all way too young. Yeah. But he was like he was the all-time leader in home runs. Whew. That Babe Ruth passed, and he passed him like at 113, 116, something like that. Ruth went on to pass the all-time home run leader with 113 and finished with 714.
Yeah, he never had the greatest swing, but boy, he sure could hit that thing.
Ruth?
Yeah.
Oh, Ruth, yes. Ruth looked a little like Daniel Vogelbach in his swing.
Looked like every time he hit the ball, it looked like he was ready to fall down.
All right, Donnie, I got five matchups. You ready?
You bet, man.
Mike Schmidt over Barry Bonds.
I'm with you, Dennis. I don't care how much steroids he takes. He can hit that ball 550 feet.
Okay.
Bonds.
All right. Mantle over Gehrig.
Oh, that's a tough one. I always like Mantle. I'm picking the Mantle man.
You're picking the Mick. All right.
The Mickey Mick.
Yeah. Darryl Strawberry over Jim Rice.
I wouldn't have picked those two at all. But if I had to pick between those two, I guess I'll pick the Strawberry man.
Okay. I got the straw. Ken Griffey Jr. over Babe Ruth.
Oh, you got to go for the Baby Ruth candy ball.
You got to go for the big man with the left-handed swing. All right. And the final question, Seahawk Donnie, is Mike Trout over anybody in the 2019 Home Run Derby class?
Got to take the fish.
Oh, you're going fishing with Mike Trout?
Yeah, going to go fishing with the Trout man.
All right. Donnie, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Go Seahawks, everybody.
Seahawk Donnie joining us.
Hi, Donnie.
Chase says you guys are sleeping on Vlad Jr. He's going to win it handily tonight. Bank it.
What's he got, like 6 home runs this year?
I don't know.
I think he's under 10,
Yeah, he's got like 6. I mean, he's played 3 months.
No, he hasn't played that long, has he?
No,
2 months?
I was being generous then.
Yeah, he has – his numbers do not dictate that he should be in this.
Not
his
even.
name is the reason he's in this. And all the hype around.
His hype, not even his name, it's his hype.
Mike J., remember I told him to go pound sand earlier today? I'm glad he didn't go pound sand. He came up with a great text. He said, I bet Babe could have won the hot dog eating contest, too.
You know, and Babe would have done it right. He would have eaten bun and hot dog at the same time. He would have. He would.
No.
Give me a sissy glass of water.
He would have dunked the bun in beer first.
No, I said the Babe would not have defouled beer like that.
I'm kind of agreeing with you. I don't believe he would have put anything in his beer.
No, he's going to drink his beer cold.
Steve, we have one tie to break.
All right. Our final competitor was born not long ago, and it was so recently that Henry Aaron was the legitimate home run all-time leader. It seems like that was many moons ago, but even though it's still in my heart that Henry Aaron is the home run leader. Here's 16-year-old Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey,
how are
Sam.
Hey, guys. I'm doing good.
All right.
How's your summer going, Sam? Good?
Fantastic.
You been swimming or anything? What's your best thing you've done so far out of school?
Oh, jeez. Why'd you ask me that question?
Because we're interested in you, Sam. If we weren't, we'd just get right on to the questions.
Yeah, I know, but there's so many good things to choose from. Okay, I got one. How about nothing?
That's a good thing.
Nothing has been the best thing I've been doing
That's a
all
good thing.
summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing. Laying around during the summer if you're 16 is underrated. I'm just telling
And
you.
you're
that.
homeschooled, right, Sam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you ought to, like, when summer vacation comes, you need to leave the house more and, like, maybe go play at the schoolyard, you know?
Under a homeschool, just because you're at home does not mean you're not working.
All right, I get that, but I was just trying to get you out of the confines, you know?
Yeah, he's saying your home is your school, so you're not supposed to be in school. All right, anyway, here we go, Sam. I don't know if you've seen any of these dudes play, have you? Mike Trout, I guess.
Not, but let me tell you, while I was waiting, I pulled up baseballreference.com and compared their stats to get prepared for this. So.
Sam.
That's it.
And a kid.
I'm going to tell you right now, because, Sam, you're coming in a little, your voice is a little digi right now. You're kind of digging a little bit. And so I'm thinking you might be a computer. We could be talking to a computer. I'm just thinking, all right? I'm just going to say that.
All right.
Let's continue.
Sam, here we go. Mike Schmidt over Barry Bonds. This is the only tiebreaker today.
Why would you take Barry Bonds? I mean, he's a flat-out cheater. I mean, seriously, the shame. If you're going to pick him, Mike Schmidt all the way.
Okay.
Amen, brother.
Are you taking Mickey Mantle over Lou Gehrig?
I'm going to have to because he hit home runs, and that's about all I know about him. And he's a little more famous in my eyes because I've heard of him more.
Okay, Mickey Mantle. Well, Lou Gehrig hasn't played since, 1939?
Yeah.
You weren't born in 39, were you, Sam?
No.
No, because
it was my dad.
Yeah. Because computers weren't around then, so you weren't born by then. All right. Daryl Strawberry over Jim Rice, Sam. Buy or sell?
I'm going to have to take Strawberry because he has a cool last name.
Okay. Well, hey, what's wrong with Rice?
Well, Jerry Rice. I mean, there's one greater than him.
He was already taken, yeah.
All right. Ken Griffey Jr. over Babe Ruth.
Now, this one was really hard for me because I haven't seen any of these guys play yet. Even though I was around when Griffey was still playing, I wasn't interested in baseball yet. And so this one is really hard. And I think I'm going to have to take Babe Ruth just because he's the Babe. But Ken Griffey's close.
Okay. And the last question is Mike Trout over anybody in the 2019 Home Run Derby class.
I would probably pick everybody else just because Mike Trout is a better all-around player. And so all the other guys, get a chance to hit more home runs.
Perfect. All right, Sam, enjoy your summer. Thanks for being here.
All right, yeah, and real quick before we go, speaking of home runs, I don't know if you guys saw it because it was in the National League, and we don't pay attention to the National League, but some guy by the name of Gene Segura hit a 2-run walk-off home run against some relief pitcher by the name of Edwin Diaz.
I was watching that day.
We did see that, Sam. Hey, thanks for the call, Sam. Appreciate it.
All right, see you guys later.
All right, that is 16-year-old Sam. He did his online research.
Yeah. Called up Baseball Reference real quick.
3-2. Mike Schmidt over Barry Bonds. We take Mike Schmidt. 3-2. We're taking Gehrig over Mantle. 5-0. We're taking Strawberry over Rice. 5-0. We're taking Ruth over Griffey. And 3-2. We took Mike Trout over anybody in the 2019 Home Run Derby class. That is Sam. That is Seahawk Donnie. That is Pat's Home Run Derby from our listener in San Diego, Pat's buy or sell. And by the way, Vlad Guerrero Jr. has 8 home runs in the season. Did you see that Yelich checked out and they got an Oakland Athletic?
Matt Chapman.
Yeah.
If it was like they want to have the hot corner fielding contest, Matt Chapman's your guy.
Well, but I'm saying, is Matt Chapman... Is he a better home run? He's not going to get people to tune in, is he?
I don't think so.
People aren't going, oh, my God, Christian Yelich is out, but Matt Chapman is in. I thought when I saw yesterday that Yelich was going out, I thought that Vogelbach might have a chance to get there because he was already going, and it was like, it's last minute. Man. All right. Buy or sell brought to you by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right. We're going to take you to the Home Run Derby in 38 minutes. It's 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
Here's Matt Schubb, owner of Dynamic Decks.
Once we show up on your deck, we're on your deck. We don't start a project and go off and start several projects at the same time. So once we show up in your yard and tear out your deck, we're there until it's finished. With the sunshine and a little baseball, and hopefully we have a great year this year for the Mariners. We'll see. Decks and baseball, that's the way to go, and barbecue. We don't set a specific time for your deck. We give you kind of a ballpark of when the project's going to start, and then as it gets closer, we inform you of when yours is going to start. Yeah, most decking, you can go 16-inch on center. We do everything 12-inch on center. It makes the deck feel real solid. It doesn't bounce, and the boards won't warp in the heat, which we get a lot of, obviously, around here. So it's a nice, solid construction.
Custom decks built right. Dynamic Decks. Visit them online, dynamicdecksinc.com, or phone 464-3325. Dynamic Decks.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebelled. And now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
Hey, what are you up to this summer?
Nothing. Summer's half over and I haven't even done anything.
Well, you should check out bidonspokane.com and see what they have listed for their summer online auction that starts this Thursday.
Bidonspokane.com? Yeah, actually, I've heard about that on the radio. What is it exactly?
Oh my gosh, it is so cool. It's an online auction where you can buy items from local businesses at 50 to 80% off retail value. It's free to register, and all you have to do is bid on the items that you want.
Oh, cool. I'm going to go check that out. Bidonspokane.com.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings 7 to 10.
Go for the whole. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
As the boys from Smash Mouth will tell you, Daniel Vogelbach is an all-star. Congratulations to him. 20 home runs here in the first half of the year, and OPS right around 900. It's been a heck of a first half of the season for Daniel Vogelbach.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN.
Don't miss the annual Showcase Celebrity Golf Exhibition for Community Cancer Fund, Saturday, July 27th at the prestigious Coeur d'Alene Resort Golf Course. You'll enjoy another exciting lineup of celebrity golfers, along with local food trucks, a beer garden, and live music on the course from The Rub and nationally acclaimed musician Kelly James. Tickets are only $20 and free for kids 12 and under. The Showcase Celebrity Golf Exhibition at the Coeur d'Alene Resort Golf Course, Saturday, July 27th. Details at showcasegolf.com.
The Savings Explosion Sale continues at Dave Smith. Save thousands on new Chryslers, Dodge, Jeeps, and Rams during the summer clearance event. Shop DaveSmith.com. Find out why we are the world's largest Jeep Ram dealer. 800-635-8000.
The first half for the Mariners ended much like the season has, with a loss. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Oakland scored 5 times in the first. A's win at 7-4. Opener Matt Crescetti gave up 5 runs, 4 earned. In just a third of an inning, the Mariners never able to recover. Omar Narvaez had his best day in the majors, going 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a pair of home runs. Each of his hits drove in a run. The Mariners will take 4 days off for the All-Star break, return Friday to start a 3-game series in Los Angeles with the Angels. Don't forget, you can hear the Home Run Derby tonight. Coverage starts at 5. Spokane Indians 7-0 winners over Tri-City last night. The Indians and the Dust Devils again tonight. First pitch at Avista Stadium at 6:30. The United States caps its run with a title at the World Cup. Megan Rapinoe and Rose Lavelle scoring to give the women their 4th championship overall. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Looking for tickets to your favorite game? Your first stop should be the Field Pass at 700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Doug Norris is the latest winner. He's picked himself up 3 Bic Flex 5 razors. Thank you, Doug, for listening to the program. We appreciate that. Steve's going to open up the ticket one more time before we get out of here at 5 o'clock, and that will be a couple of tickets to the NHRA Coors Light Nitro Summer Nationals, the Jet Car Finals at Spokane County Raceway on August 15th through the 18th. Caller 10 will receive a pair of tickets to that at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Got a text from Carter, said, still wore my Mariner hat today. Come Thursday, time to take it off for the season. Go Daniel Vogelbach, Griffey all day. You'd rather see Ken Griffey Jr. live in a home run derby than Babe Ruth?
Yeah, I saw Junior live.
I mean, most of us have. Some of us don't remember the good Junior. Some of us only remember the old Junior. Like Sam, who's 16, might not remember Ken Griffey Jr. in his prime. But, guys, Babe Ruth is one of the greatest baseball players in the history of the game. May be the man who single-handedly saved baseball after the Black Sox scandal. And you wouldn't want to see him? That's why Pat put Babe Ruth up against Ken Griffey Jr. because Junior probably would have beaten anybody else there. He would have beaten Aaron. He would have beaten Mays. He would have beaten Bonds. He would have beaten Gehrig. He would have beaten Ted Williams.
Yeah, Ted Williams, he wasn't a home run hitter. I mean,
he had 521 homers, and he lost 3.5 years to the war.
Yeah, that's okay. He's just that he wasn't known as this gigantic slugger. I mean, he was a hitter.
He was a great hitter.
Yeah.
And if he hadn't been in World War II and in the Korean conflict, he would have had 600 home runs. He would have been the second man to ever have 600. All right. Those are fascinating questions, Pat. Is there somebody in today's game right now that if you could put a home run derby together, he's your first pick? All these guys, they can't say no. It's community service they have to do. I'm picking you.
If he's healthy, Stanton.
Over Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
Another guy I would love to get into a contest with these guys is the midget
Altuve,
because I think he's got great power. Just to watch the little guy go against the big guys.
Steve, is there somebody you'd like? You would be your just flat out. He's my guy.
That's playing right now.
Yeah, that's currently on our roster.
I don't think so. I like Stanton. You know, he is a great home run derby guy. That guy just mashes the ball.
He's got the wicked launch angles and that huge power.
I can't say that he's like number one ever though.
No. Of all the guys playing, and you had to fill out a home run derby roster, and nobody could tell you no, who are you putting in at number one?
Oh yeah, it would probably be Stanton. Yeah.
Is it home runs, or is it length of home runs? Because to me, sometimes it's the moon shot. It's the 470, the 480, the 510.
To me, the wow factor is the launch angle, is where the guy catches the ball, and if he catches it up a little higher, and he's got this just tremendous,
So you're more about the curve than you are the distance.
Maybe there are some where it's when a guy catches it like in the line drive area and hits it out. Okay, that's really impressive. But there's when a guy catches it up a little bit higher and it's like a Vogelbach or like a Nelly Cruz did so many times, where you just go right at contact. You go, oh, that's what I like.
See, to me, it's the home run that gets out in like a nanosecond. Crack, it's hit on such a line, it's just flat, it's gone. And then the other one is the high 400s and a rare 500-foot home run. To me, the ball going up, way up, and coming down is not as impressive as the line drive home run. Might be the hardest thing to do in baseball, is hit it on a line and hit it out.
That's probably very easy to appreciate, especially if you've tried to hit a baseball in your life. But visually, it's that
you like that moon shot.
That moon shot, yeah.
Yeah. Mike says, I like my dinger on a speedy rope.
He agrees with you.
Michael said Stanton isn't playing. He's been injured all year. Oh, come on, Michael. He's on a roster.
You heard my caveat, Michael.
He's on a 40-man roster. Knock it off. He's in the game today.
John says Joey Gallo. Maybe that's a good call.
He hits bombs. Yeah. He hits them deep. And there's 100 guys out there because everybody's swinging for the fences. All right, we're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostproof Coors Light studio. We'll talk a little Gary Bell, former Gonzaga player, coming back to town. He's got eligibility left.
Don't you wish?
We'll talk about him next. 700 ESPN 105.3 FM.
The ticket window is now open.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. We have a few showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the mountain areas. this afternoon and this evening. Those will be coming to an end soon with partly cloudy skies overnight and a low of 55. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny with a high of 81, 78 on Wednesday.
Your local forecast. Brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
This is the year to invest in your home with a new roof from Kodiak Roofing. A new roof could improve energy efficiency, improve the curb appeal, and improve the value of your home. So if your roof has seen better days, it's time to call locally owned Kodiak Roofing. Licensed, bonded, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Call Kodiak Roofing for a free estimate today. 487-9910 or go to KodiakRoofingCompany.com. Kodiak Roofing.
I'm Chris Crocker from 4 News Now. The lazy days of summer are not always so lazy. The kids are out of school, my routine goes out the window, but I stay informed with the 4 News Now Daily Local. It's our daily newsletter delivered right to my email. The top local stories, the news everyone's talking about, and fun little extras too, all in one place so I'd never miss a thing. Get the DL, the 4 News Now Daily Local. Sign up today at KXLY.com.
700 ESPN. Life without VIP.
Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP. Tickets! You choose the 700 ESPN Field Pass, your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
It's time to make some memories at Avondale Golf Course in Hayden Lake. Avondale's top-notch junior golf program is a great way for younger golfers to enjoy the summer. The course is beautiful, the staff is friendly, and the pro shop is fully stocked with everything you need to up your game. While you're there, ask about the current club membership specials and check out the new Avondale Bar and Grill menu. Book your tee time today. Visit AvondaleGolfCourse.com for more details.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive Little Blue Pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4hims.com/book. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/book. That's 4hims.com/book for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/book.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house. Broadcasting from the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio, it's Patchin and Lukens on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM, it's Patchin and Lukens. Couple texts before we get to the Gary Bell story. Pat said, I owe you a beer for using my buy or sell questions. No! Should be the other way around, shouldn't it? I should owe Pat a Frost Brewed Coors Light. There you go, Pat. Pat said, he said, I agree I want clean players, but two of the longest home runs I ever saw were from Bonds and Ken Caminiti. Mark said, Mickey,
yeah, no kidding.
Mickey Mantle, 536 homers, 298 batting average, switch hitter, 2,415 hits, defense, and he did like to party. He's not overrated. You're entitled to your opinion, Mark. I think the two most overrated players in the history of the game are Mickey Mantle and Derek Jeter, and they're both first ballot Hall of Famers.
And both probably deserve to be Hall of Famers.
Both deserve to be first ballot Hall of Famers. All right. Gary Bell is back at Gonzaga.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not to play. Mark Few announcing the coaching staff. He's a graduate assistant. Apparently he's done playing professionally overseas, and he will be back in Spokane as a GA, doing whatever.
GB will be a GA?
Yeah, GBJ, Gary Bell Jr. will be a GA. Whatever graduate assistants do at Gonzaga.
Now they've, Brian Michelson, who's a full-time assistant now, was a grad assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Morrison was a grad assistant for a season.
I think Adam came back to finish his degree. So if he wanted to get into college coaching, he could.
Yeah. That's nice that they bring back guys who have been successful in the program. That's and Michelson was a guy, he was successful in the program because he was a 4-year player who, was the guy everybody cheered for when he got in garbage time and made a basket, but he was also, very popular amongst his teammates.
Interesting, Gary Bell comes back as a graduate assistant when there's a lot of young guys on this basketball team that don't know the ropes.
Well, and they need somebody to step up and play the point for them.
And the two guys that they got as graduate transfers who are going to play a lot don't know the system.
True.
Interesting that Gary Bell comes back in this type of year. Now, we know that you can't use your graduate assistants to practice. Apparently that cost Don Verlin his job at Idaho. Got fired for that. But there's a guy you can go to and sit down and pick his brain. And if you're a young player, it doesn't matter if you're a forward, a point guard, a wing player, a post, doesn't matter. You can go sit down and talk to Gary Bell about his experience. He played in an Elite Eight. He's played a lot of basketball in a Gonzaga uniform. Anything that you're trying to do at GU, he's done.
Yeah, he's one of the better 3-point shooters they've had in a long time.
He's 8th all time on number of 3-point shots made at Gonzaga.
And he played with one of the top point guards Gonzaga's ever had, Kevin Pangos. And they need to find good guard combinations this year. And if you could find a way to get Pangos and Bell back to help with these younger guys, that'd be spectacular. But to get one of the two, wow, yeah, that's a big deal. And normally the grad assistant is just the grad assistant. This guy could help.
Yeah, sometimes grad assistants are almost glorified managers.
Yeah.
You know what? Good for Gary. And if Gary Bell is back, I don't know if he graduated. He was there for 4 years, but I don't know if he graduated. Maybe he's there to get a degree. Maybe he's there to get a master's degree. Maybe he's there just to start his coaching career. Whatever the reason, good for him.
Yeah.
He's taking the next step in his basketball life.
And he was an Elite Eight player. He had great success with that Gonzaga team. So, yeah, he's a great example for the guys.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. All right, we got one more segment to go. Home Run Derby coming up at 5 o'clock. When we come back, U.S. women win the World Cup. We'll talk a little bit about that. And now what? Now what do the women do? Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
And when you hear noises when you're hitting the brake pedal, you know you're going metal to metal or something along that line. And that's a very disconcerting feeling.
Hi, Dallas Lowe with Golden Rule Brake. You deserve a quality repair at a fair price, and we promise to make it easy.
My name's Jim Thiessen. I'd heard about Golden Rule being locally owned and locally operated, which is important to me. I had the shop down there on North Monroe do the repairs. The guy got me in right away. The guys were really terrific. They shared my concern. I was able to drop it off and leave it. Within a day, they had it done. They had a program through Synchrony, which is a credit outfit, being retired. Didn't always have all the finances. Well, those guys were great. And the guy that was working there says, hey, how about I give you a year on this with no interest? These guys do a good job and they're fair.
Schedule now at goldenrulebrake.com.
Yeah, Golden Rule Brake.
In 1776, our forefathers made a bold prediction. England was never going to make a decent truck. So they rebuilt, and now, every 4th of July, we celebrate with our own 4th of July. Get an F-150 XLT truck with savings over $10,000. Or if you need a smaller SUV, consider the Escape with savings over $5,800. It's our 4th of July sale with savings up to 20% off MSRP. Going on now at Gus Johnson Ford.
To build a typical golf course, you would need about 140 acres. But to build Circling Raven, you would need 620 acres of woodlands, grasslands, and wildlands. You'd need legendary course designer Gene Bates to design it. And then you'd need national press to rank your course among the best in the country. Fortunately, we've done all of that for you. And all you really need is a tee time to play the incomparable Circling Raven Golf Club. Go to cdacasino.com/golf.
Performance anxiety? Shy and retiring type? Send your comments instead by text to Patchin and Lukens by way of the Coors Light 700 ESPN text line 509-315-7833. Powered by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
The first half of the baseball season ends with a whimper for the Seattle Mariners. I'm Dennis Patchin with Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Oakland scored 5 times in the first, never looked back, 7-4 winners over Seattle. Homer Narvaez went 4 for 4 with a pair of homers, drove in all 4 runs, but the Mariners got nothing from the rest of the offense. Hims finished the first half of the season 16 games under 500. Will take 4 days off for the All-Star break. Don't forget you can hear the Home Run Derby starting at 5 o'clock right here. David Garcia had 3 hits. Spokane Indians shut out Tri-City last night, 7-0. Second shutout for the Indians in the last 3 games. Spokane and Tri-City again tonight at Avista Stadium at 6:30. The United States women win the World Cup 2-0 over the Netherlands. It's the 4th title for the U.S. They will be honored with a ticker tape parade in New York City on Wednesday. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, Spokane's most refreshing beer.
Hey, time to give Zero Res a call and get the best people in your house to do some of the hardest to cleaning. Your carpeting is the biggest dirt catcher in your home, and Zero Res takes it seriously. And remember, this is National Carpet Cleaning Month, so it's not that they take it any more seriously this month, but their pride is showing a little bit during National Carpet Cleaning Month, and it's a good time to give them a call if it's been a while since you've had your carpet cleaned. Their techs will come in with the powered water system and just completely freshen the carpeting in your home, no matter how long it's been since you've last had it cleaned. They can get it back closer to when it was new and fluffy and pliable, and there wasn't a whole bunch of dirt and dust and allergens down in the carpet fiber. They clean it all out using water and water only. Their special powered water product cleans better than soap, and it leaves no dirt-attracting residue in your carpet like a soap or a shampoo would, so you get a longer-lasting clean as well as a true clean. Get what you're paying for and pay less over the course of several carpet cleanings with Zero Res, because you just don't need them back as often. They do that good a job. Call them at 92 Clean. Tell them Rick Lukens told you to call during National Carpet Cleaning Month. Your price, $44 a room. Pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized, minimum supply. Call 92 Clean or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Listen to the show anywhere at 700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for being with us. U.S. women win the World Cup, 4th World Cup title. Nobody's won any more than 2. The United States becomes the first nation to win back-to-back World Cups. And a huge honor. They're going to have a ticker tape parade in downtown New York in what they call the Canyon of Heroes. Okay, to get a ticker tape parade in New York, you got to be like a general who wins a war, an astronaut who lands on the moon. Yeah. I mean, some of those things. So quite a moment. It's going to be on Wednesday, and then the women will actually fly from New York to Southern California to be on the ESPYs on Wednesday night. All right. you know what? Here's the thing is we should not be surprised the U.S. women won the World Cup. We're the best nation in the world. We have dominated this sport over the last 2 decades, and we continued our domination. Okay, 2-0 was the score. It could have been 7-0 yesterday. If it wasn't for the Netherlands keeper, this game would have been over in the first 25 minutes of the contest. But what does women's professional soccer do here to capitalize? The National Women's Soccer League is playing again, and they actually are continuing to play, and you'll see some of these players rejoin these teams. There's a team in Chicago, Houston, in Cary, North Carolina, Orlando, Portland. There's a team in Tacoma. There is a team in just outside of New York City in Piscataway, New Jersey. There's a team in Utah, and there's a team in the nation's capital that calls its home Boyd's, Maryland. They call the Washington Spirit. 5 of these teams are affiliated with their MLS affiliation or another team. The North Carolina team is affiliated with a team in the U.S. Soccer League, which is basically Division II. But the biggest stadium they play in is 25,000. That's the Orlando team plays in Orlando's MLS stadium, and the Portland Thorns who play in Portland Stadium. The Reign FC play in Cheney Stadium, which is a baseball stadium at 6,500. The Washington team plays in the Maryland Soccerplex of 4,000. Half the teams in the league have a capacity of 10,000 or less. Is there anything this league can do to capitalize on women's soccer? Or is it like what I saw a writer write earlier today? Women's soccer in this country, professional soccer, is like a comet. It comes by every 2 years. World Cup goes away. Olympics goes away. World Cup goes away. As far as interest and exposure to the fans, they don't even have the Women's Soccer League does not even have a national contract, television contract.
No, and first of all, I want to say this. I think that in soccer, when you're comparing the women's game to the men's game in any sport, I think soccer is the one that to me is the most alluring because the skills, unless you have a really discerning eye, the skills they're on par with each other. The strategy is on par. Yes, it's played slower, but you don't know that because they're all about the same relative speed out there. And the skill is just absolutely fantastic. In basketball, I think women's basketball is fun, maybe in some ways funner to watch than men's basketball because you see more of the old school basketball with the pick and roll and that type of thing. But you don't. The difference in athleticism is so easy to discern between men's and women's basketball. In soccer, it's not. You have to like the men's game in order to like the women's game, and if you don't, then don't agree with me. But all of that said, I think it's going to be hard for women's professional soccer to capitalize off of this.
The MLS, which is our pro soccer league, has 21 corporate sponsors on their website, including Coke, Home Depot, others. They have a current broadcast deal with ESPN, Fox, and Univision worth $90 million. Okay? That's $90 million TV rights for the league. MLS attendance is 21,000 per game. That's for the 18 season, the last completed season. The average attendance at a Northwest or a National Women's Soccer League game is 6,000. The NWSL, the Women's Soccer League, operated with a salary cap of $421,000 for the 9 teams during this season. Minimum salary is $16,500. Maximum salary is $46,200. National team players who are allocated to the league, their salaries are covered by USA Soccer. Okay? Minimum salary in the MLS is $70,250. Okay, that's almost $35,000 or $25,000 more. We're hearing, we heard the chance of equal pay after the thing. I don't know if the National Women's Soccer League, if they paid their players what the MLS is paying, they would be able to stay in business.
They couldn't be successful. If you look at the numbers of what the women got, our women who just won the World Cup. From FIFA, they're going to split about $4 million. A little bit of it goes to the U.S. program, but they're going to split about $4 million.
It's It's average a little over $250,000 per woman for winning the World Cup,
and that's nice. Okay, the French team that won the men's World Cup a year ago, $38 million. FIFA handed them $38 million, and the attendance obviously was way better in the men's. In fact, I saw the attendance for the overall Women's World Cup to be labeled as disappointing. That has to play into how much money you get. I don't think that's everything that plays into how much money they're getting. No. I think the women need to get more.
It's the television money, Rick.
Yeah.
Worldwide television money that gives FIFA all its cash.
Here's the only place I'm going to advocate that the women should be paid as much as the men, and that's in playing for the U.S. national team. U.S. national soccer should pay women exactly what they're paying men to play for America.
Do they now?
I don't know if they do. The women were getting about somewhere north of, when all was said and done, if you made the World Cup roster, you have pocketed north of $200,000.
Okay.
I don't know if the men. I don't know if the men are getting more than that. If they're not, if the men are getting more than that, then it's wrong.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with equal pay on your national league level, the NWSL. Here's your problem with equal pay for a World Cup, especially if FIFA's giving you the money. Their revenues are dictated on sponsorship, and the women don't have the sponsorship that the men do globally.
Sure.
Okay? Now, the women have been far more successful in our country than have the men have internationally.
Oh, no question about it.
It's not even close. It's the Harlem Globetrotters against the Washington Generals, in essence. I mean, It's just not even close. But the problem is worldwide, people aren't watching women's soccer. Worldwide, sponsors aren't lining up to be part of women's soccer. Worldwide, television networks aren't lining up to be part of women's soccer on the same level that they have the men. You can demand equal pay, but to me it's comparing what you said is I completely agree with. If you're going to play for the U.S. team and the pay is coming from the U.S. Soccer Federation, you can certainly pay both sides the same amount of money.
Yes.
You can't do that when it comes to your league. You can't do that when it comes to international competition unless you want to subsidize it, because much of that money is coming from outside your organization.
No, gate and sponsorship revenues have to dictate what you're paying the players in your league.
And while the television ratings for the United States were very good, considering the time that the game started, because last 4 years ago when he won it, it was in Canada, it was in prime time. The numbers were really good. Worldwide, hardly anybody watched this tournament in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
If you compare the television ratings to the Men's World Cup a couple of years ago to the Women's World Cup, it's apples and oranges. Here's what has to happen here. The U.S. can't worry about everybody else. U.S. soccer needs to figure out a way to make the women's program successful. And if it's baby steps, then take the baby steps. But you've got you've got more awareness on women's soccer right now than you ever have before. And if you don't have a 6-month plan in place, you have failed to capitalize on this opportunity that these women have handed you on a silver platter.
Yeah, one nice thing that's going to happen is this team of women is going to stay together. And everybody knows Megan Rapinoe and Rose Lavelle and Alex Morgan. They know all these players, okay? And they're going to stay together, and they're going to do a little tour, and they're going to play exhibition matches, and they're going to make some money. And that's nice. But you still have to continue to play off of that and think forward. And I hope that they are, because this was a fun tournament to watch. Loved watching this team.
Home Run Derby comes up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio.
The Savings Explosion Sale continues at Dave Smith. Receive our lowest prices of the year. Save thousands on over 900 new Chevys, GMCs, and Buicks. Shop DaveSmiths.com. See why we are the Northwest's largest GM dealer. 800-635-2929.